You know that feeling when something is not right? Or that feeling of something that you need to react on, but you don't do, and you can't really explain why it's there? Usually it's somewhere in our gut or somewhere in the back of our head. That feeling is what I want to talk to you about today. We normally call it intuition, and it's one of the most important things in your life. But seldom we talk about this. It's very rare we talk about intuition, and even more rare that we talk about intuition when it comes to business. But let's stop for a second and think about what intuition actually is. It is actually a state or a mechanism inside of you that lets you pick up on small details, small nuances in a situation or in someone's behavior and gives you information from that person. It could be a person, or it could be just a general situation where you're out walking somewhere and something just feels off. The most important thing to me is to be aware of this. I used to not be aware at all about this, meaning I got into situations where I walked down roads or streets or into places and I didn't understand the small situations or the small details I was receiving until it was blatantly obvious that something was off. But in business, this is equally important. When you as a coach are sitting down with a potential client or with someone you're interested in doing business with, listen to your heart and listen to what's going on in the back of your mind. Very, very often, your mind or your heart will react to certain aspects of a behavior. Small nuances that your logical brain won't pick up on, or that your eyes won't register at what it really is. And we had a couple of situations over the last weeks here where we really should have listened to our intuition. And not listening led us to a place where things turned out in a way that we wasn't really happy with. Meaning that this is a powerful tool for you guys to actually work with. Learn and understand when something is nagging in the back of your mind or in your heart. Of course, you don't feel this with your literal heart, but we usually call it, we say that you feel it in your heart that something is not right. But use intuition. A good way to start to develop a better intuition is to actually sit down and meditate and stop for a second and start to phase out all the noise and all the things going on around you and actually start tuning in to what's going on inside, in your mind and in your spirit. Because that's really where the intuition is. It is actually the connection between your mind and your spirit and the borderlands between those two. That's where your intuition lives. At least that's my idea of where it lives. There might be some fancy scientific explanation to this. Awesome. But this is the way I look at it. It's the small details that your mind did not pick up and your spirit might not have picked up, but together they put the pieces together and give you a small hint of something that might be off. So use intuition in your daily life, of course. Tap into it and use it in business and in all other situations. Listen inside what's going on and you will learn so much more than listening on the outside.